Hello and welcome to NASCOM Studio. We are at the Technology and Leadership Forum 2023. And now I have with me Mr. Ashwin Yardi, CEO India, Capgemini. Thank you so much, Mr. Yardi, for speaking with us.
My pleasure.
So now we have the India stack, we have the digital social infrastructure ready. How is this enabling technological innovations and newer things being developed because of this infrastructure?
So really, I think firstly, a big commendable job done by the government in creating such an impressive tech stack. You have UPI and the payment gateway on one side. What we did with CoWIN was very impressive. I think what's happening as a consequence of this is there are a lot more services and solutions which are being built around this. As in the whole approach or solution around ONDC. I think it's not tried anywhere in the world. It will be really first time probably anywhere in the world a government is trying to create its own open marketplace, and that will bring in lot more players to the platform. Then again, with the technology of UPI, we've been able to take credit to the last mile. So all of this is really fueling more solutions, more services. People are creating new products to sell or build. So I think it's been a tremendous and impressive journey on the tech stack, and there are many more things that can be built on it.
But Mr. Yardi, people look at the Jamstack with respect to public services mainly and how well they are being delivered now. Does the Jamstack enable companies to innovate and offer their own private things to consumers? Are there challenges in the Jamstack and utilization of Jamstack, doing innovation there? Are there data usage concerns? Are there any other challenges that exist?
So when let's again put it in the perspective. See, when we are building a stack like this, first it's accessible to 1.2 billion population. And if you take the latest, probably 1.4 billion. It is by far the largest scale any application can be done. So of course there are times challenges of accessibility, the stability of it. But what I've seen is every few weeks you see far better stability of the application. The transactions run very, very smoothly. So if you really look at the stability of the platform, the security of the platform, there have been many news, rumors around, the security of it, people have hacked it, but actually there hasn't been any proven instance. So of course there are areas to improve. There is always some concern about data privacy, who really is the big brother watching, who owns the data. But if you look at the benefits and how it's been used, leveraged, I think there's significant more positives. It needs some amount of work to be done in creating a nice user interface. Today it probably is very basic. It has adaptability to a lot more languages, but probably we still need some more languages so that we can take it to the last mile. But when I look at it, it really is one of the most robust, scaled up platforms. And of course, I think there is a very strong tech team behind it, which continues to innovate on it, build on it.
And how can private enterprises capitalize on this? Can they also tie in their growth with expansion?
Of course. So as I said, with Jam and the entire UPI stack, you see now services by PhonePe, you see services by Google Pay. That's just one step of it. So there are many payment gateways which are working on it. Then you have an opportunity to create many more e-commerce services around it, because again the payment gateway is established. You can create a e-commerce service, you can create actually a transportation service behind it, and all of this you see actually coming together in ONDC. Even for some of the private companies, you can, based on the behavior, you can start selling more products, financial inclusion products. You can sell them more insurance products. So if you look at it, I think there are many opportunities for private sector to really leverage this platform and start expanding their services.
All right. So, COVID was a big trigger for building a smart, intelligent enterprise. Now, that ship has sailed. I don't think it's turning back on there. But given the kind of uncertain situation and, the global scenario now, do you think there is a need to reevaluate how you spend on technology?
So again, just before Davos, we did research of 2000 global CXOs, and one of their interesting inputs was they will continue to spend. 40% of them said they will continue to spend on technology next 12 to 18 months. A two-third of them said they will spend on technology to save on costs. So the beauty of this, survey or the what it tells us is the spend will continue. What it will pivot is probably last 2 to 3 years, and especially during COVID, a lot of spend was on B2C or aggregator platforms. So a lot was it on e-commerce or aggregating services, shared platforms. What now the companies will do is use tech to build solutions which help them save on costs. And one trend which we see and which has a big bearing on costs, is what companies are doing with their digital twins. Okay, so earlier if you had to launch a product, especially if it was a physical product, you have to do a prototype, you have to test a prototype, all of this in a physical world. With a digital twin, you can do all of this with leveraging technology with significantly reduced costs and significantly reduced timeline. And it helps, and thus it helps the companies to save on the overall cost. Same, if you want to manage the production shop floor, now you can use technologies like 5G and others to be far more efficient in managing your shop floor, managing your warehouses. So there will be increase in spend. It will pivot from what was earlier more focused on probably B2C, generating customer experience, to leveraging it to save costs and be more efficient and effective.
But the example of the digital twin that you've given us, so it saves costs, but you still innovate. So are you saying the technology investments will not be stopping innovation? You continue to invest in innovation. Will that continue?
I think if any business, and let me, in my experience, innovation is very loosely used word. It, some clients of ours or some clients would look at a 0.1x improvement in how they do things as innovation, while somebody looks at 10x improvement as innovation. So, I just always say be careful when
Right
somebody,
canvas.
yeah, it's a wide canvas. What I would say is people will continue to leverage technology. Now we are in a world where technology is core to every business. If you stop innovating or stop investing in technology, it means you're not investing in your business. And investing contradictory could also be to save cost, okay, or it could be to create new products. So based on your industry, where you stand in the marketplace, I think companies will, the tech spend has a secular uptrend, and which will continue. It will just pivot based on where the industry is or specifically where the company is.
Is sustainability and governance also important in tough years? And does technology help us achieve these objectives?
So I would believe, again, one of the surveys we did told us that, we surveyed again 2000 plus CXOs, and unfortunately the survey said still just about one third of CXOs thought of investing in sustainability, and several of them thought investing in sustainability is a cost imperative, not a long term imperative. Again, we've heard it many times, we have only one planet, so I think it is important for us, and we are running out of time. Every COP event tells us how worse the situation is. So I think it's very important for us to invest in sustainability.
Does
I
technology help us there?
Yes, and I'll give you an example. Today, for our own self, and there's no better example than being a technology company and drinking your own champagne. We have built something called as Energy Command Center. It's in Bangalore. We use multiple technologies. we can track energy consumption of every chiller plant, every energy equipment sitting in Bangalore. And it's not only that we can track it, we can modulate it. So if the AC in this room is too cool, sitting in Bangalore, I can moderate it. Okay, that has helped us save, I think, almost 29% of our energy costs. Okay, so just gives you an example. If you use the right technology, you can actually use it to drive more sustainability. As another example is, there is a lot more investment being done across the world on renewables. Companies are using AI to find what is the right place to build your solar plants and how should the solar panels be aligned, which direction, which angles, to get the maximum energy out of it. So technology, especially AI and many other technologies, are actually going to help us save the planet or help us in sustainability.
And what are the important technology trends that you're seeing over the next few years that successful enterprises will adopt?
So it varies from industry to industry. I would say a few trends. I'll talk about the trends. We see digital twinning to be a big thing. We see connected products to be a very big thing, especially in healthcare, but not limited to. Synthetic biology is going to be a big thing, and all of these trends underlying use AI, they use ML, they use quantum computing, in some cases they use even metaverse. So the technologies, as I called out, but the trends are, around digital twins, connected products, and synthetic biology, to name a few.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Yardi, for speaking with us.
My pleasure. Thank you.